Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing great. How are you today?
I am fabulous.
That's wonderful.
Yep. So today is my birthday.
You're a May baby. Happy birthday. And you're a Taurus. I knew
Yes, I am all those things. So
Well,
I
happy birthday.
you.
Wow.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna go up and go see my daughter later today. Greg will probably take me to dinner tomorrow. Well, I know he will. My daughter's making me, I'm like, I want these things. I want like really, okay, I love boho. I love boho. And I found some curtains online and I was like, those are cool. Can you replicate those? Do them in the colors that I want? And showed her the picture and she's like, yep. So she's making me those. And I'm
That is
like,
cool.
curtain kid at all. I like bare windows, but these are very cool. She's not either. She's like, I don't like curtains. And she saw the picture and she's like, oh, I want to make those for me too. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. It's a cool thing. So I'm gonna get to see my granddaughter today too, which is very cool.
That's great. Well, I hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Well,
My
thank
birthday is coming soon, so we're both Taurus. Yeah.
Ooh, you're within the next like 2 or 3 weeks then, tops.
I'm the last day, May the 20th.
Ah, very cool.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
when I first got together with Greg, because he has a Star Wars group that he would go to up in Seattle. Star Wars is a big deal up there. A lot of big owners of the props and everything. And we would go to like a Christmas meeting or something like that. Or actually, the meeting was on my birthday, and everybody's wishing me happy birthday. And this is pre-Facebook. Like, how do all your friends know my birthday? And that's when I found out that it was Star Wars birthday. And I'm like, and they never forgot it. They actually thought that like you dated her for her birthday. And I'm like, oh my God, are you guys kidding?
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
yeah, and they're a little geeky and they're a little fun, but no, he did not date me because of my birthday. Although our first kind of date was on my birthday, and then we got engaged on his birthday.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah, it was kind of fitting. I thought he would ask me at Thanksgiving when everybody was there, and I knew he had the ring, but no, he knew it was dang birthday. And I'll leave with this last story, and then we'll get to her. I tricked his mom because I knew he was doing something with a ring. I knew he knew what I liked. But what I didn't know is he was getting it redone or made by the artist with putting a diamond in it, the artist to do that, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he was doing that. And I knew he had it, but he wasn't letting on. So I told his mom, I saw his mom one time and I'm like, oh my God, is my ring not gorgeous? And she goes, it is. And I'm like, bam, he's got it. And she's pissed at me for a long time for doing that to her. She was like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah, he's got it now. So
Oh my
anyway.
gosh. That was good.
And slightly evil. So
Just
all right,
slightly.
just slightly. A little nefarious. Anyway, all right, let's hear some good stuff. Who's got good stuff out there?
I went under contract.
Oh, that is very good stuff. That is very good stuff. Congratulations.
Thank you. But there's a renter in it, and the renter is not letting us go see it.
Oh, I hate that. Okay, so what are the laws in your state?
I was gonna say they have to
24 hours.
give them notice.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour notice, but the realtor forgot to tell them yesterday. And she told us we could see it today, and my clients took off from work, and it's an hour away. It's an hour and 15 minutes away, so we have to.
Clarksville.
Clarksville. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're navigating that.
Yeah, I've definitely had renters who've been that way. Had one
And
renter.
something about a small dog. They don't want to wake the damn dog.
Really?
Yeah, like they're like 10's too early. Our small dog sleeps in. I was like, do you want to sell the house?
Oh my
No,
God.
because they're renters.
No, they do not want to sell the house.
Well, that's true.
There's
Well,
no
that's true.
on
That's
their
true.
side. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, navigate through. I'm glad you're in contract. And this is why we earn our pay. Because we wake small dogs.
Right.
That's exactly it. Yeah. All right. Who else has
I
got
might
some?
kick the dog.
Just
Just kidding. Just kidding.
yeah. Who else has got
Bring
some
a
good news?
cat.
Who else has got someone? I heard a cat, but I'm pretty sure that's not the good news.
No, I just told her to bring a cat.
Oh, and that'll wake the dog. Oh, squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel, any kind of rodent, whatever.
Small little thing. There you go. All right. Who else has got some good news?
I met with Gary and Kendra, and I spoke with the broker on the condo complex yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing, Gary doesn't sound like at first he sounded like it was really good. Then he sounded like it wasn't so good. And he's kind of all over the place with it, but he gave us homework. So we don't have a clear-cut answer as far as whether it's good or bad.
Well, at least he's not. I'll tell you this. When I ran across a bad one, Gary was like, no. And here's why.
Okay.
Yeah, he was really adamant, and he was right. He really was. And he also went into my head and got my head clear, because in my head, I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. And he knew me, right? He was just like, do not do that. Here's why you can't do that. I know you want to, you can't. So yeah. So if he has a maybe, that does mean more research. That's all that means, to verify some stuff out there. I mean, maybe there's a lot of upside potential that is not presently, you can't see it right at face value,
Right.
Yeah, maybe there's something going on in the community that will change that, like, a new hospital being built or whatever, who knows?
Well, there is an Amazon that hasn't been there a real long time, but it's there.
Yeah, so if something's ramping up or things like that, or they're bringing new things in, it just requires, so if you got a maybe, that's better than what I got, which was an adamant no. Right? And at that point, he turned into Daddy Gary. I was like, which was weird. He's never been Daddy Gary. I'm like, all right, Daddy Gary, we'll go with that. So he was right. So, all right, well, congrats, you got a maybe. That's good. So, all right, let's hear some more good news. Craig, what is your good
Yes.
news?
I started a Forex training class yesterday.
How do you hurt yet?
No, so Forex trading,
Oh,
not training, trading.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Four-
so
Four hands, four H like
So-
the farm? Like, what is it?
so Forex is
Well, 4X.
Fox.
yes, Forex.
We both
So,
heard H.
Sorry. So
Okay.
so I got this guy that's teaching me how to trade in Forex, trade currencies.
Uh-huh.
So he's teaching me for free. And when I get done, well, before I get done, when I make a live trade, he'll give me $100 to start my first trade. And all he wants in return is for me to give him a good review. Or not a good review, but a review on the course and how he did. So I'm excited, because it's something that I've been trying to get into for a few years now. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Right. Yeah. So I'm
So-
glad you're here too. Congratulations.
Thank
All
you.
right. I don't know what 4X is.
It's basically foreign exchange
Okay.
money. So it's sort of like you can even trade the stock
Yeah.
market as well.
You're playing the differences in the
You're
the-
hedging your bets on the exchange rate.
Yeah.
Okay. I did some
So,
stock stuff, but I didn't do a whole lot with it. So I can't say I'm an expert, but I didn't know what 4X was.
Yeah, it's been around for a little while now, but
It's short for
Oh.
foreign exchange.
Yeah.
FOREX.
Yeah, I got it.
Got it.
Yeah, thanks.
I was an econ minor, so
so you can help me.
In theory, not in like reality.
Yeah, I got all these things from a course down in Florida, actually. Well, part of it was that had to do with training and stocks and trading and all kinds of different aspects of that.
Okay. Oh, and I did get a text from a customer today that's interested in some land. So she's my wife's cousin, and so she sent it to me and asked me to check it out. 28 acres, $105,000. Then she says, you know, her and her husband used another realtor last year when they were looking. Asked me, could they use well, first of all, she asked, should they get a realtor or try to buy on their own since the seller has a realtor? I was like, absolutely get a realtor, get your own representation.
Right.
And then she said that last year when they were looking, they used this other agent, but they didn't buy anything. She was like, do we still have to go through her? I was like, as long as you don't have a buyer's agreement in place, you can get whoever you want.
Right.
So we'll continue that conversation in a little bit, you know. So I didn't want to just say, hey, you know,
Why
I'm
didn't
your
you
guy.
use me?
but I am your guy, you know.
You know what, Craig? I want to go to that.
Okay.
So I want to circle back around with that. Does anybody else have any other good news?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so the tenant that is in the property that I'm listing, she is interested in buying and she don't know where to start. So I reached out to her yesterday and told her that I can connect her with a lender and possibly represent her. She's interested.
I love it.
Woo!
I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yes, you should be. Very, very cool. And when you told her that you can represent her and all of that, how did that like how do you say that? When did that come up in the conversation and all that?
Well, the agent from New York actually relayed the message back to me. She said that she wanted to speak with her husband, but they don't want to leave the apartment, basically. And they have been really difficult in letting me come in and see things. Her family's in the hospital, so I can understand that. But I can also get the vibe that she don't want to leave, so she'll do anything to try to stay there. But she's looking for guidance and assistance along the way.
Very
Okay.
good.
Very, very, very cool. All right. And when you actually asked her, like, what was there a sentence beforehand or anything that made you, if you can remember, and who knows, I don't know if I'd be able to, beforehand that maybe made you go, bam, I'm going to sit right here, right now. Like, this is my end. I lost my Kimberly. Well, okay. We'll come back to her.
Well, I got my 2 buyers into the approval process, and I educated the mortgage lender on, if they don't pass, what I do for rent to own. So he knows what I need from him. So that was a step in the right direction.
That's awesome. All
Very
right,
good.
Kimberly.
Here she is.
What's
yeah,
okay, so was there a sentence to find? Is there a sentence? Is there a sentence or anything beforehand that made you go, yes, like now, right now, I'm going to hit it right now. Work with me.
No, there was not. What do you suggest?
No, you did great. I was just wondering if there was something that made you go, I know to ask right now. That's all. I was just looking to see if there was anything. You did
Okay.
Yeah, no, you did good. No worries.
Well, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. All right. One more good news and then let's dig into some stuff.
I just want to say my Facebook ads that I stopped 8 months ago, I'm still getting leads.
Nice. I stopped.
3 more came in.
Congratulations. I stopped my Brivity February. They accidentally ran it through March anyway, and I knew that, and I was like, well, I didn't know that. They billed me, right? And I was like, no. We canceled. We followed all your rules. We're good. So they unbilled me, but I don't think their system lets you stop mid-month because it always runs. They've always, it's going to run for another 20 days, 10 days, whatever, when you do cancel. But I'm still getting leads every single, so I just called a bunch of them yesterday. I got a sweet little old lady in Texas who is like massively interested in Gary's team and just had back surgery. And she's like, I need to get healed first. And she's like, but you can tell I'm very interested. Actually, she's in Louisiana. That's where she is. And it's just, I'm like, whatever, not paying for anything. And I'm fine with that. Keep them coming,
Yeah, and KV Core shows, because it's linked.
Right.
So every time they visit a property, I see it. So I was like, lead revisited. And I was like, cool.
Wow, very cool. Okay.
Yeah,
See, mine's not
That's
tied.
awesome.
So mine's blind. So I just have somebody who said Y for yes on my cell phone. I have your name and I have your phone number, and that's and the letter Y. And that's literally all I have. And I'm just like, all right, well, let's just blind call y'all back. So I just been blind calling everybody back. I have like another, I don't know, 25 or 30 to catch up on still, but I nailed down a whole bunch of them yesterday. So I'm like, oh, just keep on going. As long as they're coming, I will keep working them. All right, let's dig in. Craig.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me when do you feel comfortable telling people I'm your person? Tell me what those situations are versus what this situation was. Like, tell me what the difference was or something. Help me understand.
So I guess because with this situation, my ego is kind of like, okay, you used someone, it went to someone else last year when you were looking, so like you could have came to me last year. But because we had a discussion around that time that her and her husband were going to be looking for properties. We had a couple of conversations,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that they were just gonna wait, So
Mhm.
anyway, usually by the time she would have asked this morning about the property, I would have went ahead and went in and be like, yeah, I can, represent you, would you like to go look at it? Or whatever. So I think it's more the ego thing with this one. But she just texted me back while we were on the call and asked, could I represent her?
Okay, that part's good. So I'm glad on that part. When I'm trying to figure out, and I don't know. So are you typically with your real estate, are you typically more passive or more proactive in telling people? And is there a difference? So two-part question. And is there a difference between you like different groups of people? Like this group of people I'm really passive, but this one I'm active or proactive or assertive or aggressive or whatever. So yeah, so walk me through that part.
Yeah, I'm probably more passive overall, but I'm more passive with family and friends that I've talked to before, and sometimes I just get to the point where I'm like, screw you, go somewhere else. Is like I don't want you to feel like you're hurting me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I should say.
Hang on. Yeah, I want to unpack that one for me. I don't want you to feel like you're hurting me. Tell me what that means, because I can take.
I said that wrong. I didn't say that right.
Okay.
So I didn't want them to feel like I had an attitude about it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that I understand. So you didn't want them to feel like you were hurt or angry or something because of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With your with people in general then, so you tend to be more passive overall. There just seems to be, if I understand you correctly, degrees, but more passive, and you receive more than you proactively go get. Am I right
Yeah.
on that? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Tell me, are you that way in other things in your life? Is that like a pattern through all your life, or is it just more sort of this thing?
Probably all my life.
Well, okay.
Some,
All right.
yeah, because I used to have anger issues.
Me too.
Grandson
Lou.
does.
You could, I think that, I think we all have anger. Well, I don't know, maybe I think we all have anger. I think some people bury it and it turns inward and it shows up in maybe overeating or addiction or, whatever else it might show up in, and then other people is outward. But I think that's something that the human condition to become a true adult, I think we have to learn how to deal with it. And I think it's there, if it's universal, and I think it is, then I think it's there for a reason, which means there has to be some good. And if I think about it as, well, I will kill you if you hurt my kids, well, then there's some good, and that's a good thing. That anger is a good thing. So a matter of fact, it breaks my heart if I feel like I haven't protected somebody. I'm going to cry over this one. If I haven't protected them enough, so, okay. So you used to have anger issues. So how is that relating into this? Help me out.
I think that's why I'm so passive. Because I don't want to turn into the Incredible Hulk. So now it takes a lot for people to like push my buttons. Sometimes I'm quite like, my wife used to think I was a pushover until she saw me blow up one day. Like I exploded on this guy, right? And I told her, that's why I'm like I am, because I can't sit there and argue with people. If I argue, we might as well fight. So I don't argue.
You just let them be them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a high D way of overcompensating for a deficiency and then just wanting it to get over? Because I'm the same way.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
I do too. Greg gets really upset with me because he's like, why did you walk from that? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, because I don't think it's going to be effective. And if I don't think it's going to be effective, I won't even try. Where my husband will pit bull an idea or a concept. He's very calm though. I mean, he can blow up, so that's not it. Because he will say, don't mistake my kindness for being a
Weakness.
It is not. Because he will not let the idea go. He just won't. And he will argue, discuss. I would call it more discussion because it doesn't appear angry, but he will discuss, and he can get angry at his dad really bad. So, but I want to go, okay. So what is it like with your kids? What is it like with them when you have something that's strong that you want, that you feel very passionately or strongly about? Is it the same level of passivity there?
Probably, because I don't, I don't blow up on them. It takes a lot for me to like.
Oh, not blow up. That's not what I mean.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry. Let me misunderstand. Let me restate. 'Cause I
Okay.
don't when you feel passionately that you want your children to do something that's really important, I don't know, I can't think of, don't do drugs, don't drive drunk, whatever, something that's like, important. Are you very passive about that? Or are you like strong, like this is how this is going to go?
No, I guess I'm passive in a way because I don't force it on them,
Mhm.
but I more like, mention it and discuss it with them and get their views on it.
Oh, I
Um,
like that. That's cool.
yeah,
Okay, all right. But you do bring it up and mention it if you feel it's important.
absolutely.
All right, so you do initiate the conversation and you have an open discussion to find out their views, and then you guys come to some sort of resolution, conclusion, something.
Yeah.
Okay, and you do that, why?
Um, that's sort of how my dad did it. So my dad, I just saw the way he did my brother and I. Like he he didn't lead with an iron fist,
Okay, and I
but
love this. Okay, and because I never know where these conversations are going to go, that's why they're always so interesting. And did that style of parenting, did that work for you? Is that good for
it
you?
did.
Okay,
Yeah, it
perfect.
did.
Okay,
Because
cool.
it made me, you know, it wasn't so much that I was afraid of my dad, but I respected him, and I respected him so much that I didn't want to disappoint him.
Bingo. Love this. Okay, and that's, I assume, why you do that with your kids too.
Yeah,
Because you had good parenting in that aspect. I don't know about the rest of it, but in this aspect, at least it was really good parenting and you want to pass that on to your children. Okay. And you do all of that because I'm assuming because you respected, loved your dad, and you respect and love your kids, and this is how you show your love.
uh-huh.
Okay. Can you do that with people also, other people? Can you show the love that you have for them by bringing it up and by, can this translate to that world? This thing that is you, inherently you, can it translate to that world too?
Yeah, and it does. You know, it's just like what I'm saying. My ego gets involved, like with this situation, and I'm like, go ahead, um, so I don't. Sometimes I don't take advantage. But even in other conversations as well, though, like sometimes new people I meet, a lot of times, uh, I don't mention that or what I do. I think about it after the conversation.
That's the part I'm talking about. That part, not so much this situation. That's why I would try to clarify, is this an overall situation or incident, a single incident? Is it different here versus here? And you're like, no, it's just sort of degrees, and this is what I do. Because I wasn't there with your sister-in-law and husband, right? That's
That
who, yeah, I wasn't there, and I don't know the family dynamics. And sometimes, well,
oh no, you mean with this one?
yeah,
This,
and I
no, my wife's cousin.
wife's cousin, that's right. Okay. And I fully respect that there are people in our family or social circles that were like, you know what, go be you, like whatever. Like I fully respect that. But if it's an overall thing and it's okay, is that, I guess I should ask this for clarification, is that overall passivity regarding real estate, is it hurting you? Or is,
Hmm.
okay, so if it's hurting you and you have this passion over here, when you really strongly believe in something that you can address and have the conversation and you initiate it, then that's the thing that I would like to find out from you, actually. How can you take this thing? Because Craig, you are a good human being. And if I had to choose between you and I don't even know what other agent, and I'm like, if you have the opportunity to be able to be my agent, I know, because I know you, that I would be safe and protected all the way through. And I want that in an agent. That's my most primal thing that I want in an agent. Will you keep me? And by safe and protected, that means that you're either knowledgeable or you will find the knowledge that you will never hurt me, that you will put my interests first, that you will honestly work like a dog for me, and that I know I'm safe and protected. Just like when Gary told Kathy maybe, and when Gary told me no, I can rest in that. But I won't know it if I don't know you, because you don't say it. And if you
Hmm.
don't say it, I won't know. I will never know. I will know that you do foreign exchange stuff. That's cool. I might dig into your brain a little bit about that if I'm interested in it. So how do you take this thing that you have, that is this good human being, that when they passionately believe about something, they address it and have a conversation. How do we translate that into real estate?
Mm. I guess I just have to learn to speak to it, you know, put it out there. Don't be passive about letting them know. When I have those conversations, when I meet people, instead of just, saying, hey, have a good day and walking away, I should say, well, listen, I'm also a real estate agent. I sell real estate, and give them my card.
That's one way you can do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay away from the word should. My daughter just told me should is a contraction of shit and could. And I was like,
Okay. It is.
I know. I was like, "God, all right, I don't want that one so much. So, and I want you to, if I could ask you something, can you do something for me?
Sure.
Okay. Can you spend a little time and kind of think about what is a way that is real and true to you, and bring those inner feelings that you have to protect your kids and have those conversations with your kids of stuff that you feel is important? Can you figure out a way to, instead of just, I should do this or should do that, because then we won't, but to take those two disparate thoughts and marry them into a way that's cohesive and real to who you are, and then just bring that, because then you'll be bringing you, real Craig. And that's what I want to bring out. I want to bring real Craig out there.
Yeah, that's what I need.
So we all need.
Yeah.
We all need to take that and bring the real us to it with our passion and our force, because this entire room is big, huge hearts and brilliant heads married together into ethical, strong, caring, loving people. And that is what the world needs. That's what our worlds need right around us. That's what our worlds need. And we need to be able to take that and shine that out, and also accept it back in. It needs to be a two-way thing. But if we don't share it and we don't bring what is real about us out, then nobody will know. And that's a sad thing.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. And you will
I'm
spend
playing it small.
Pardon me?
I said I'm playing it small, and I need to be
know.
big.
It needs, yeah. And I don't know how much time okay, so this is probably just me because it's my birthday and I'm thinking about stuff. I don't know how much dang time I have left on this road, but playing it small, I don't care anymore. I don't care. And also, I'll tell you this, and I don't know if this applies to you or not, but I know it applies to me. If I get hurt doing it, well, then F it, I get hurt. Like I will live. I am covered in scars and everything else, and none of them have killed me. And, but I don't think I'll get hurt. Maybe I will. That's okay too. But I think that whatever I get back from being selfishly, whatever I get back from being that way will more than compensate for the hurt. And if it hurts some days, it hurts, because I'm not going to trade the highs and the abundance and the love and all that I can pour out for the fact that someone's going to probably scar me, and it's just a scar, and I'm going to go back to my son. When my son was little, he wasn't that little. I was like 3rd grade, 4th grade. He broke his arm. And when he broke his arm, let me see, his left arm, he had this scar. This thing was huge when he was a kid, right? It's a big old scar. And where they stick a pin in his arm and they couldn't, and long story, but anyway. And then when we finally got the cast and everything off, the doctor told me, he said, now why don't you take this scar, this big, huge scar, and I want you to push on it and rub it and everything, because otherwise it's going to welt up and it's going to be huge. And that way you can kind of push the scar tissue and you can keep the skin malleable and it will be a thin, flat line. And we left, and my son in his, 4th grade or 3rd grade, 8 or 9-year-old glory said, yeah, I'm not pushing on that. I was like, he just told you, dude. And he goes, I want a scar. I'm like, oh my God. So maybe in our glory, we should go, I want a scar. Look at that. That's what happened right there. I was out there kicking some ass in the world, and that's what happened. Look at me go,
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I really do.
I think all little boys wanted scars growing up.
They possibly do. He's very proud of that scar. I don't know many, but he's got that one. He's got one on his head too. That he's kind of like, okay, this is where a hammer fell on my head. I'm like, who's happy about that?
Yeah, the battle scars.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's a good terminology also, because we don't get battle scars without going into battle, and cowards go into battle. You know what I mean? And I think I have my scars on my front from facing my problems rather than on my back where they can really kill me. Like when an animal kills you, when a cat goes after you, they go after the back of the neck. Wolves do too. They go after the back of the neck to take you down, right? Well, I'd rather have my scar in front, thank you very much, instead of being taken completely down. So
Yeah.
we'll face it and get it in the front. So I got
the audiobook that I listened to last night, The 4 Agreements.
yes.
I don't know if anybody's listened to, but it was a quick listen. And it was interesting. It was sort of from a Native American aspect, but it said that we're all warriors. And a lot of different things, but the 4 aspects were basically the first thing was have an impeccable word. And then get into that. The second one, I can't remember the phrase they used, but basically it's not about us, so we shouldn't take offense. And the third one was not to make any assumptions. And the fourth one was always do your best. And it broke out all of that stuff, but it said that basically those 4 truths or whatever are the agreements that we have to make with ourselves, and that it's a battle every day. And so we're all warriors. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's very good. And it ties in exactly with what Craig said with how he deals with situations, which he has the impeccable word that you to have the conversation with your children, that you don't, it's not about you, and you're looking to understand their viewpoint. And okay, hang on. Impeccable word. It's not about you. What was the other one? The other 2?
No assumptions.
No
Yeah,
assumptions.
no
That's that one. And then the last one.
Was to always do your best.
And you
And
always do your best. Well, Craig, it sounds to me like you have 4 agreements.
Yep.
I need to work on the no assumptions, I guess.
Well, but I think you
and that
do
just
that.
means ask questions, basically.
No, you said we come down so that I can understand. You just said that's how you were raised by
Yeah.
your dad and what you do. I think you do that.
Okay.
That also kind of explains why you get so angry when someone gets in the way of you being able to honor your word.
Yeah.
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 But I think it was a pretty quick listen if you guys haven't heard it or listened to.
It's a good one.
And I don't feel like it's really anything new, but it's kind of a different way of looking at it.
In this world, I don't know about you all, but for the most part, it's not new, but it's restated in a way that at that point in time, it really rings very true and it gets down a little deeper. And we don't
Right.
need to so much be taught as we need to be reminded again, then again, then again, then again, then again, then again, then again.
Yeah, true.
Even with the very first thing about having an impeccable word, when they talked about that first chapter, that
Mhm.
first 4 element, I think it applies to us a lot, Craig. You and I both.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
I
you
want to
might
say
enjoy
that-
it.
I want to say this also, Craig, you are so open and willing to walk through the conversations in this room, and it is amazing. And I really thank you for that, because you look inside and you dig, and then we can dig up stuff, and you allow us to do that with you. So thank you. Thank you
Oh,
for
you're welcome.
allowing us to do that. That's holy ground. Thank you.
You all are my counselors.
Ah, just
Well, we
walking
do all
alongside you.
want to help one another.
Yeah, that's right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're all just walking alongside, man. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye, everyone. Happy
Gina.
birthday, Gina.
Happy birthday. Thank
Yeah,
you.
enjoy.
Bye.
Love you, everyone.
Love ya.